It didn't just creep through the streets, it waited for the lights to go out. And when Los Angeles slept, something else woke up. Summer nights, open windows, the quiet hum of fans in the heat. Then sirens, always too late. No pattern, no warning, no clear motive. Just a city gripped by a question nobody could answer. Police would later admit something chilling. They weren't chasing a man. They were chasing shadows, and one small detail, overlooked at first, would become the key to everything. He moved at night. He chose strangers, different neighborhoods. That question haunted investigators and terrified residents alike. Doors were double locked, windows nailed shut. Hardware stores sold out of alarms overnight. People began sleeping with lights on. Some didn't sleep at all, and yet he kept getting in. Witnesses described a presence more than a face. Tall, quiet, vanishing before help arrived. Every report added detail, but also confusion. Then came the moment investigators realized something disturbing. This wasn't just a series of crimes. It was psychological warfare. The unpredictability was the weapon. The fear was the strategy. But here's where the story twists. At one scene, something small was left behind. Not a signature, not a message. Something more ordinary and far more dangerous. It didn't reveal who he was. It revealed how he moved. That discovery linked cases once thought unrelated. Suddenly, the randomness started to look deliberate. The hunt shifted. Patterns emerged, and the city held its breath. Meanwhile, the man at the center of it all wasn't hiding in plain sight. He was blending into chaos, moving through crowds, riding buses, walking streets where his presence was unnoticed. Then came the break that no strategy could have predicted. A photograph, not taken by police, not planned, just chance. Once the image was released, something remarkable happened. The fear that had paralyzed the city transformed into recognition. The fear that the city had been in a state of panic. It transformed into recognition, and recognition became pursuit. Neighbors looked twice. Store owners watched more carefully. The city that had been hunted began to hunt back. The capture wasn't a dramatic standoff. It was something more powerful, a community refusing to let darkness move freely among them anymore. And that's the part many people don't expect. The end didn't come from technology or strategy alone. It came from attention, from ordinary people deciding fear would not make them blind. What began as isolated terror became a turning point in how cities respond to unseen threats. But one question lingers in every retelling. If that single overlooked clue had never... A city once held hostage by darkness learned something unforgettable. Safety isn't just enforced. So here's something to think about. When danger hides in unpredictability, what's more powerful? Control or awareness? The terror had left its mark, a scar on the city's memory. Every day began with a new dread, a silent question hanging in the air. No one knew where he would strike next or why. The city slept, but a sense of unease lingered. He was a phantom, a whisper in the dark, the constant updates, the dread of a new report. Even the playgrounds fell silent, awaiting the dawn. The puzzle remained unsolved, the motive unseen. A single piece of brass, a silent message. A single piece of brass, a silent witness. The smallest detail holding the largest truth. Suddenly, the chaos found its order. The hunt was no longer blind. He walked among them, a ghost in plain sight. The airwaves buzzed with his name, his shadow looming. Every face was a potential witness. Every glance a silent question, then a flicker. A ghost in the machine, a single frame. A world of truth revealed.